Folks, recently I published a Tamil video in which I said, it's great to have spiritual experiences, but even greater state of life or living is to live with open mind without any beliefs at all. After watching that video, one of the friends commented saying that I am surrounded by folks with ever-changing mind. If I believe them, I get hurt. If I don't believe what they're saying, also I get hurt. Is there any way of believing without getting hurt? And also, you have been talking about living without any belief. I really do not understand fully. Please give some examples. That's what that friend told in her comment. Probably at least some of you have similar question about living after watching some of my videos. So I thought that I will share this ideas that I presented in a Tamil video which I published today responding to her comments. Might be useful to you, not only to experience the thing beyond mind, quote unquote God beyond mind, but also live a normal life. Let's take an example. Suppose I plan to finish an important task at my home with the help of a friend. And that friend calls me and tells me that I'm sorry I could not come today and I won't be able to come for quite some time and help you for such and such reasons. What I normally do is that it is a fact that he could not come and help me. That's a fact. I accept that fact. And the moment I accept that as a fact, I see other possibilities, other ways of completing the task, out of new opportunities, new ways of completing a task appears to me in my mind. Sometimes, even when I'm open minded, I don't really have a way of completing the task. Then I explore the possibility of living without completing the task. That's how I live. I'll give another example, a real life example, very soon in my life. Most of the folks, what they will do is that either they will believe totally what that friend told as the reason why he could not come, or some of the folks will not believe or will believe that he is lying, he's telling not the truth. I tell you what are the problems with this way of living, that is believing that what he told is true or believing that what he told is not true. The real fact is that you really don't know the reasons why he could not come are true or not. That's a fact. But we don't normally accept that fact. We either believe the reasons to be true or we believe that the reasons are false. Suppose I believe that the reasons are true, and if I come to know later that it is not true, it hurts me. It will hurt me. It will hurt anybody, especially if that friend is your close friend. Not only the hurt is a problem, but also in future, when somebody says some reasons why he or she could not help you, you will start doubting that. You will start believing, oh, it is not true. What she or he is telling as reasons cannot be true because I had previous experiences. If you believe that what he said was a lie, and then later when you come to know that what he said was true, you will blame yourself. He was a good friend. How can I do that? How can I not believe my real good friend? Not only that, in future, if somebody gives reasons or similar situations happen, you will start believing that person because the fact that you got hurt by not believing will make you to believe or enable you to believe that somebody else in the future gives some reasons why he or she could not come and help you. Let me give another example. Probably you remember that sometime back, very recently, my wife was not doing well at all. She was really, really sick. Some of my friends here thought that those are her last days. They didn't tell me that way at that time, but later they told me. Let me tell you how I handled that situation. I'm not saying that I'm great, but this is exactly what I did. I accepted the fact that she is seriously ill. Second, I do not know whether she will live tomorrow or not. That's also a fact. She may live or she may not live tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I don't know that. That's also a fact. I accepted that fact. Most other folks don't accept the fact that you don't know in future she will live or she will not live. Most of the folks will believe that she's going to be okay, all right. She'll not die. And if that does not come to be true, then you will be hurt very badly because you strongly believe that she is going to be alive. Not only that, if you strongly believe that she is going to be all right, that thought will dominate you. That belief, the thought underlying that belief will dominate your mind. your attention. And that will not enable you to do whatever needed to be done to make her recover from her illness. You may say that I prayed to my God, or I looked at her horoscope, and she is going to be alive for some more time, quite for a long time. And that belief will dominate your mind, will not enable you to be open minded to see all the possibilities of taking care of her. On the other hand, if you strongly believe that she is not going to be alive tomorrow, then that creates a tremendous fear in your mind. And that thought, which is appearing to be the fear in your mind, or it gives you the feeling of fear, will dominate your thought process, and it will not allow you to find ways of or focus or concentrate on the ways of helping her. This is exactly true about your religious belief. Almost all of you, almost about 99.9% of the people around this time, they don't know what really God is. Instead of being open-minded and saying that I really don't know what God is all about, they believe in what the religious books tell them. For example, I said I'm Kalki, and these are the ways by which I will accomplish my task of bringing peace and happiness among people, not only one group of people, but every kind of people, the whole humanity. Some of the Hindu friends said, no, our religious texts of Kalki Purana says that Kalki will come on a horse with a sword in his hand. He will be a fighter. He will be a army chief, and you are not an army chief, and you don't have a sword in your hand, so you cannot be Kalki. So why should we listen to you? In other words, their mind is full of the beliefs of what about Kalki from whatever they heard in that Kalki Purana. Same thing is true about Jesus Christ. When I said that I am the second coming of Jesus Christ, one of the friends told that that's a very bold claim because people generally have created the idea of second coming of Christ by reading Bible, listening to various religious preachers. When I was in IIT Mumbai as an MTech, Master of Technology student, one of the religious preacher, very nice gentleman, His name was Chinmayananda, very famous one. He came and gave a lecture at IIT Bombay, IIT Mumbai. And at that time, I was just a student. I was not married. I didn't have my first spiritual experience yet. He told a story. That story is this. There was a guru, and one of his disciples came and told him, Swamiji, or Sir in English, I have read the Upanishads. I read almost every Hindu scriptures. I understood very well. I lived with many gurus, very prominent gurus, and heard them talking about. But I still do not know what really God is. And when he was talking like this, the guru, guru was responding to his disciples' statement, was pouring water in a glass container. He was pouring the water even after the glass container was full. The disciple said, Swamiji, why are you doing this? The glass container is full of water. If you pour more water, it's not going to be very useful because it's going to spill and it's going to be waste. And that guru told his disciple, your mind is just like this glass container, full of ideas about what God is, full of beliefs what God is all about. And if I tell you what really God is all about, that's not going to go inside. Just like this water spills out of that glass container which is full of water, whatever I tell you about God is going to just go above your head, above your mind. You're not going to understand it. That is exactly how people are these days. Full of ideas about what God is all about. Full of ideas how to live happily. After hearing that lecture, people were very happy, congratulated that speaker, that Chinmayananda, with a lot of admiration, clapped their hands and so on. But nobody told me later because I was talking to some of those folks, and nobody told me that important specific story because he talked several other things too. Nobody really thought that that story of that glass container was extremely important. That is exactly how I was before my first spiritual experience. I totally rejected, emptied my mind with all the statements of what God is all about that I read from whatever religious books I happened to read at that time, and also whatever other people told me about God. I totally rejected them all. In short, my mind was totally empty. And that with that empty mind, I asked sincerely, whatever God is all about, that should come and teach me what really God is. I didn't even have the thought at that time that something will happen. I was totally empty. There was no expectation at all. That was the main reason why I had my first spiritual experience. So, folks, to be open minded, to believe something is true or to believe something is false. Without that habit, I'm sorry, without believing or be open minded, without believing something is true or something is not true, is the best way, is the in fact the only way, not only to experience what is beyond mind, but also to live happily. That's what I want to talk to you folks today. If you have any question, please leave a comment. I will respond.